Good evening or good night, wherever in the world you're watching from. On top of the morning, to each and every one this morning. It's a beautiful day to be alive and well. The traffic is moving. This morning there's no stop on the roadway. As you could see, we are at the junction, and the traffic is moving at what, 60, 65 miles an hour. So there's no hiccup this morning. It's Friday, so Monday and Friday you have less traffic on the roadway. But saying this to saying that, it's the weekend or the start of the weekend. So if you work hard during the week, today is the day where you relax, buy yourself a nice Friday evening dinner. Whether you go out to a restaurant or you cook your own meal, yes, you gotta treat yourself. It's your healthy body, mind, and soul. Take care of everything. Without your health and wealth, you can't able to work. You won't able to work. Yes, but they still haven't find the person who unalive Charlie Kirk. They're paying a reward of up to over 100,000 US dollar for the information leading to the arrest of Charlie Kirk shooter. But people are coming out of the woodwork and saying, is it a conspiracy that they unalive Charlie Kirk to silence him? Or it's something bigger than that? Because all the news media outlets, it's all about Charlie Kirk. Is it coincidence? You could say so. Why is Charlie Kirk? Because he's the most popular host. Although he's a supporter of Trump, he also called for the release of Epstein file. And because he calling for the Epstein file to release, because everyone know that the Epstein file it was supposed to release already, and people are raging about it because they wanna know why Epstein unalive himself before he go on trial. And if he was suicidal, why wasn't he being monitored? So those are was some of the questions Charlie Kirk was asking Donald Trump. He also said the president call him and tell him to tone it down. Stop asking about the file. And he talked publicly. Is it conspiracy? I don't know. But for an event like that, for him to be unalive just days before 9/11, is it that number have a significance behind it? I don't know. Just asking. Just to paint a picture in your mind. Because although he's conservative and all for Trump, but he also all for America. And if you ask the president, hey, Mr. President, When are you gonna release the file? You talk about it on your radio program, your YouTube channel. Yeah, because if you have 1 point something million subscribers, yeah, you have a lot of followers. And if you speak it into the atmosphere and 1.10 million subscribers start to ask the question, hey, all of a sudden, it's out there, people start to ask questions. Then everybody gonna run with it like a wildfire. Then it start to catch. Then we have some work blaming the left. Say, oh, it's the left who causes Charlie Kirk to unalive. So everybody playing blame game, but there's no blame to the game. They know why. He was speaking against the president and asking for the president to release the Epstein file and maybe something in the file that the administration don't want us to see because it's too damning, and a lot of people gonna get in trouble if that file release. Because why wouldn't that the file release already? Epstein died from what, maybe 4 years ago? How much year ago he unalive? Get to release. But watching and listening, it's so much twist and turn and around in this saga. It's a Netflix series based on watching all the yeah, that's what the president said to him. Yeah, he need to move on. Yeah, but he could move on from it because he was asking the president to release it. Because if the president didn't release it or not releasing it, that means some damning people are in that file that the president don't want to release it. Because why would you not release the file if there's no one to incriminate or no one to hold accountable for what they did back then? I'm just asking the question. Because if nothing to show and tell, then hey, I'll show it. Hey, there you go. There's a file. No one was a part of Epstein. It was just Epstein and whoever, some of his associate. But some big names are in there. Brittany Bowers learned the truth about the Americans' dream. Look up. Okay. Yeah, we all know that. Yes, but it is so ironic, you know. And he was one of the most powerful voice for the Tea Party. No one's saying that Trump was named in the Epstein file, but you could simply you could simply say that he have picture with Epstein, right? Why this guy trying to take this corner? You gonna cheer up that pole? Yes, but you could simply see that he take picture with Epstein, right? So even if he wasn't on the island with him, he was friends with him. But saying this to say that all of a sudden we have all this uproar. The flags was half mast. He gonna fly back. His body gonna fly with J.D. Vance, which is the Vice President of America, and Air Force One. So we ask ourselves the question: is it more than what we think, or, or is it just we in our head making it up as we go along? Well, we can also judge that he kicked Epstein out of the. But they said, remember one of the women allegedly said that they were recruiting from there, right? So what I tell you, if there's nothing in the file or no one in his circle to be incriminated, why not releasing the file? I'm just asking the question. Is it too much to ask? Because remember, dead man tell no tales. But at 31, he lived no life yet. That's it. I leave two young children. Not even 5 years ago he get married. So he's still a young husband, a young father. But when you come up against the elite, then that's the sacrifice you make. You can only get so far in the elite circle. And the higher you climb is the harder for you to get out. But, you know, we keep on questioning ourselves. Why at this time? Just why? Because he was a supporter of the president. And if I'm a supporter of the president, I would not ask for a file like that to be released. And the worst, if the president said, hey, man, you need to stop and move on. Let it go. Yeah. Why would you not stop and let it go? Unless you know you already make the sacrifice. You're the sacrificial lamb. Because we see and we hear what can happen. From back in the days, from Kennedy to MLK to Malcolm X, and many more. They all got unalive for speaking out. Once you come against the elite, they are going to unalive you. And it is no joke. I guess Elon never confirmed that. Nope. Yeah, but how much people gonna come and ask for the Epstein file to be released? Just asking. Because none of the Republican in Congress not gonna ask for it to be released. They voted against it. So what I tell you, the people you vote in office, they don't have your best interest at heart. Because if there's nothing in there incriminated, why not releasing it? I'm just asking the question. Is it too much for me to ask? Because remember, nothing in there. Nothing. Hey, we ain't saying the president is in there. But whoever name is in there are some prominent people. That's why the president don't want to release it. And it could be in his circle as well. We don't know. We're just asking. But people are asking the question. People are asking the question. And that was one of the questions he was asking. That's why they unalive him. Now just think of it. Person unalive while broadcasting. For the world to see a person unalive on TV. You know, when you look at the video, you'll be like, wow. Just like that. For speaking against the odds. Once you speak against the odds, then you know what time it is. Either you're for us or you're against us. That's what they said. And if you're against us, then hey, there are consequences. And the consequence, they make sure they unalive him so he won't able to ask for the file to release. And he won't talk about Israel or Iran. As he was asking a lot of questions. Yeah, I see the video. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see picture of. I see the video. I see. See picture when they taking him. Oh yeah, it's a serious question to ask. I yeah, as people saying, you know, it's very, 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 very interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting topic. That's all I can say. But hey,